I don't buy new cars, I don't buy brand names. I go to Goodwill for my clothes. I like to save money, I like to find bargains. It's the life I chose. I throw nothing away, I'll find a use another day for all this junk I keep. My neighbors all hate me, they abuse and berate me, 'cause I like doing it cheap. Yeah, I like doing it cheap. Welcome to another episode of Doing It Cheap. Well, how y'all doing? I got off my soapbox, ready to talk about this here lawnmower. The last video I did on it, basically I just walked you around and told you about it. Well, what I've done since then is I have taken the engine off of it. Remember, it's an engine, it's not a motor. It's an electric motor that runs on gasoline or diesel. It's an engine. So, it's an engine. It's a 6 horsepower engine. I thought it was 8 horsepower, but I believe it's a 6. And and by the way, one guy commented on the introduction video on this. He said, "Can't wait to see me get it going. Like to see if it'll pull my big ass around in the yard." Well, it already did. You know, I told y'all in the first video that I had to reach down and run it between full choke and full throttle just to keep it running while I went out there and mowed a little bit. So the little thing does work. Anyway, the first thing I needed to do as far as any parts was rebuild the carburetor. And I started looking and seeing what it's going to cost for a little kit, and I'll be darned, it was like $9, $10, and I could get a whole brand new carburetor for $12.45 or something. And so I got me a new carburetor here. Pretty little thing, nice and shiny. Oh yeah. Anyway, it's a exact duplicate. They even come with a nice washer that goes between the carburetor and the intake. But anyway, and I don't know why my dogs are barking. Y'all shut the hell up. Anyway, cute little carburetor, and I just don't know how they can make it and sell it and ship it and all that kind of crap for $12.45 or $12.95. But anyway, it was like, why in the world should I just buy a kit when I get a whole brand new one for a few more dollars? Well, the fact is, the original made in the United States, and this is made in China. You see, Tecumseh went out of business. So there is no such thing as Tecumseh engine manufacturing. And I believe they might have been bought out by Husqvarna, I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm guessing that China, industries in China, bought the molds and stuff from Tecumseh to make these. I'm not sure. But I saw that happen with recap tires. Molds were purchased and shipped to other countries where they could continue to recap tires. So, who knows? Who knows? But anyway, so I got a new carburetor for it, and every day, twice a day, I've been taking my PB blaster here. Turn this here so you can see what the hell I'm doing. So every day, twice a day, I've been taking this PB blaster, and if you ain't never tried it, man, you got to get you some of this. You talk about bust some rust. There's a stud right there that held the muffler on, and it all rusted up. and come off of there. So I've been spraying that for several days, and we're going to see how easy it stood twist out of there. It ought to come out pretty easy, but I sure didn't want to break it off in the head or in the block. Real quick, the seat just come off with 2 bolts. Just pull 2 bolts, the seat come right off. The engine was mounted with 3 bolts, and it lifted right out of there. And funny thing, I decided to go ahead and get a new belt. I mean, as long as I got it all tore down, why not get a new belt for it? I decided to get a new belt for it, and I measured it, and the belt is 50 inches. And I also went online to look it up and found out, yeah, it's a 50-inch belt. Well, here's what's funny. I went to this so-called Tecumseh dealer, got him a sign out front. I told him I needed a 50-inch belt, and he's going through technology, and this modern shit has done screwed itself in the butt. He's going through his book trying to find a belt, and there is no listing in this big thick book, you know, all kinds of catalogs. There's no listing in there per inch or by inches. You'll look up a 42-inch cut lawnmower, and it'll have a number for a belt, and it'll be so many inches long. And then right after it'll be one that's 13 inches longer or 12 inches shorter, who knows. So there's no way for him to find a 50-inch belt without just going through his pages one at a time. So what you got to do is you go to the auto parts store, because their code numbers on their belts are related to inches. I used to work at an auto parts store, so I know that. You can look up there at the numbers and they'll tell you how many inches it is. Anyway, I'm going to put a new 50-inch belt on it. I've got my carburetor, so I'm ready to get my engine all cleaned up and painted. I wasn't going to do nothing until I had my carburetor rebuilt or a new carburetor in hand, and this just came in. So we ought to be having a few more videos coming in on this. At the end of the first video, I showed you the photograph of an ad for this little mower from years ago, and pretty much it's all red except the engine and a few other little tiny pieces on it, and the wheels. I'm going to show you a trick on painting wheels here in a video in the upcoming. But anyway, I just want to check in with you and tell you about this. Could buy the daggum carburetor for $2 or $3 more. And anyway, this little fella comes apart real simple. I can't find a muffler identical to this muffler, because this was from the 1960s. But as you see, it's got the 2 bolts out here. Of course, it bolted right up against the block, and you get the one tailpiece sticking out like that. I cannot find one like this anywhere. Most of them got holes out here instead of back here. So I don't know what I'll do yet on that, because like, if it's sitting down there, then it's going to be blowing the hot air out there on my leg, unless I make some shield or modify it. Who knows? Anyway, I rambled long enough. We get to work on this lawnmower now. I got my stuff in, and maybe we won't have to wait so long for another video. Don't forget now, May 5th is the deadline on entering for a t-shirt I'm giving away. Find that video where celebrating 1,500 subscribers, because we nobody claimed the prize for the 1,000 subscribers, and they all hit 1,500. So I'm giving away 2 t-shirts, and all you got to do is watch the video and leave a comment. It's only the people that comment that are going to be entered in it. So your odds are a whole lot better. I think there's only like 90 different people that have commented. Jet Jubal got on there and he commented 3 or 4 times on other people, so that raised the count up. So I got to subtract that out and figure it out. But anyway, there's only like 90 people entered, so your chances, if you get in there, could be 1 in 50. All right. Anyway, thank y'all very much. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you so much for subscribing. Y'all have a wonderful day and a better tomorrow. Bye.